What's up, guys? How's it going? Bobby Fi here. I don't know if Sheets is showing up. Hopefully, we'll see him. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm not playing at all. I have a self-imposed no playing on any slate right now. I'm also, giving you guys a break from some of my content because I don't want to bring anybody else down with me. And I understand there's swings in DFS, and I understand that obviously I've done really, really well playing DFS for a long time. This is probably as long of a baseball stretch as I've ever gone through of just consistent losing. And I really feel like I have to go reassess my game. I'm considering taking about 10 days off of actually playing. Of course, I'll try and get my stuff done for you guys, but I don't know if I even feel like playing right now. And I feel kind of bad about giving out so many takes that have been wrong. So I want to apologize on that. I want to do a better job than what I've done. And I still, again, I think that, you could say some of it's luck, some of it's, I'm going to try to reanalyze all of my old lineups and see what I've been getting wrong the most. Am I getting too cute? Am I not spending up on pitching enough? Am I spending up on pitching too much? Most likely, I think that I'm probably gambling a little too much at pitcher. That's probably been one of my bigger weaknesses. But then we get, a 6-game slate like tonight, and I want to do that. It's just been one of those terrible stretches. So that combined with a lot of personal family stuff that I've got to take care of is sort of leaves me I just don't want to give you guys bad content ever. And this year, well, not this year, the last few months, I just don't feel like I've been on my game. And I've tried, I've gone through everything. I really did try to figure out some things over the All-Star break, and I thought I picked up on some things, but I know you can't be results oriented, but there's something a little bit off. It's weird to not even have close calls. I don't even feel like I'm getting unlucky. I just am not playing as well. And I want to do a better job for you guys. So let's get into it tonight. Let's talk about what we're going to do. Look, the obvious pitching option is Ohtani. I do think that Urias is a good option, but I think that he's getting a little steamed, a little too much on the ownership side of things. I think Brian Wu is very viable. And then I would have to
Sheetbot Central DFS MLB projections have been updated. They should be available on SaberSim in a few minutes.
And then you've got so the guys I would be the heaviest on tonight would probably be Ohtani, Wu, potentially Hauser if you wanted to stack one of the expensive teams, because I think the price is nice. But I also think Christian Javier is a reasonable option. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Remo. I appreciate it. And those of you guys who know me for a long time, you know that I'm always going to keep it real. I'm going to talk about exactly I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. And the problem is usually that leads to good things. Lately, it has been going the other direction. So we're going to try and get back on track. But I do need to analyze a few of my own things that may have been wrong. I'm going to talk to some other good DFS MLB players and have them sort of analyze my lineups just to see what I might have been missing a little bit. And again, can't always be results oriented. You're going to have losing streaks, but how can we get things back on track? Anyway, so I have Ohtani as the best pitching option, as I mentioned. My favorite pitcher with him would probably be. It's a little tricky because I think Urias is going to have too much ownership for the upside, I guess. No, he's got upside. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too much ownership. I think I would be more likely to go Brian Wu as my SP2, potentially Christian Javier. And I think you have a lot of options. I think Mitch Keller is an option who you could gamble on. I think Sonny Gray is an option you could gamble on. But I think that I would stick with Ohtani, Wu, maybe Tyon and Hauser at the low end. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, K9. I really do appreciate that. It's always nice to have supportive guys in here when when you're going through a rough patch. Hey, man, I'm happy to hear that, MJ. That's good to hear. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad I was able to help out. And it doesn't mean that all of my takes have been wrong and everything's been terrible. It's just I've just not been the same Bobby that I'm used to being. So I'd like to improve on it. All right. Let's talk some stacks. I think it's pretty clear the Dodgers are the best stack on the slate, at least for me. That's what I would be doing. Again, like I said, a self-imposed ban. But I do like the Dodgers, and I like the later the lineup comes out, the better I like it. But we probably know what we're getting, considering we keep seeing all these lefties. I like the Dodgers. That's my number one, and my number two. I do like the Cubs side. They're going to be popular, but I really like the Cubs. Dodgers as well will be popular. Cubs, Dodgers, and then my get weird favorite play would be to not stack Seattle, but to take bats from Seattle. Ohtani, we know he can give up home runs every now and then. I think you could look for maybe a Suarez or a Cal Raleigh or Canzone because he's only 2,200. Yes, that's like I understand the playing smaller slates. I don't like doing that. I am a person who thinks about things like it will bother me if I win $3,000 and I could have won $100,000 if I was just playing my normal stakes. I have plenty of money to do it, so I don't think that's actually going to be the answer for me. Maybe max entering smaller buy-ins is something that I might think about. Anyway, back to it. Dodgers. Those are pretty obvious, right? Like we have the Dodgers like looking good, and the Cubs looking good. But the problem is the pricing is going to make it a little tough. Dodgers a little bit easier than they have been because we aren't going to have JD Martinez most likely again. It's possible we do, but we'll see. And it makes them cheaper and easier to get in. So I think that they are my number one. The Cubs are my number two, but you're not really getting different with that. So like I said, getting really different because it's a small slate, taking some batters against Ohtani in non-Ohtani lineups. I like that idea. Taking some Angels against Brian Wu. I like that idea, even though, again, if you're not using Brian Wu, those are my two favorite pitchers. But those are just worth considering. And then we get into this St. Louis, Minnesota thing. Liberatore, I think you could stack Minnesota. And I think that maybe that's one thing. The problem is I just can't get anything all that different. My favorite different game, I guess, would be the Angels in Seattle for hitting, but unfortunately, those are my two favorite pitchers. So just a kind of a tricky slate. I think maybe you could make a case for both sides of the Milwaukee-Pittsburgh game. I know that nobody's going to want to play Milwaukee against Keller. They've been pretty familiar with him. But again, it's just I don't feel really great about any of the stacks. I also don't think you need to stack on a 6-game slate, even though in the long term, maybe that's the right thing to do. I think to try to win a slate, maybe going with a different route would make some sense. I also think that Cincinnati will be lower owned than they're projected for, so maybe you include them. But I still have the Dodgers and Cubs clearly 1 and 2, and then it's a struggle for me to get different. I think I just would stick with the Angels and Seattle as my get different. Maybe not stacks, but complementary stacks. The question is, can you talk yourself into playing the Yankees or Astros? Maybe the Astros could be something we do. Schmidt has been pretty good this season, but you know what? I think I could talk myself into the Astros. You've got 77 degrees in New York, 52% humidity. Nothing crazy or exceptional, but it's a huge upgrade from Houston. I think the Astros are probably my favorite 5-man that's all going to be sub 10%. Put it that way. Anyway, guys, good luck to you all. I hope everybody has a good night. Let's drop in any questions or thoughts. We'll go from there. I think that we're probably drying up though. It's kind of a lame little slate. Got a lot of stuff going on here, so I'm going to probably get out of here unless there's any questions. If there's any things popping, try and tag me or Rody on Discord. I know Rody's playing. Look, what's crazy is like even if Rody won that tournament the other night, I would feel like I'd been winning lately. Rich B asking about Hauser. Yeah, I think Hauser is extremely viable at that price. I wouldn't go in with crazy high expectations, but I would be very, very happy to play Hauser at that price. My pitching combination would be Wu, Ohtani, Hauser, Tyon. And I kind of like the idea of using the Hauser, Tyon, spend all the way down, go for it as a potential route and get the best Dodgers combined with, although last night all the other Dodgers, quote unquote, were the ones hitting home runs last night. And then my favorite, I do that at Houston 5-man is something that I would definitely consider on this slate. Yeah. As Brody says, let's get it. If there's no more questions, I'm going to get out of here. I just want to again say that I apologize for not having been better this year. And I plan on finishing strong, even though I'm not going to be around much over the next couple days. And I'm going to do a whole bunch of deep digging into my old lineups and just see where I've been going askew a little bit. Dell says he likes Cincy. I think that's a totally fair take. I think that, Tyon I like as sort of a cheapo, but I have no problem stacking against him with Cincy. And I think that that's a really good option. The problem is Cincy, you're not really getting different with Cincy either. It's just a tough slate to get different on. is the best way I can put it. So, all right. If there's nothing else, guys, I'm probably going to get out of here. Let me know if you do have any things that come up, and we'll be in Discord all night. Oh, absolutely, bro. MJ, you know we're killing them in NFL, and we're going to kill NBA. NBA is like, I don't even care what happens. They're going to go on streaks in NBA, but there is like no chance. I've only ever had one baseball losing year. And it was a very minuscule losing year. This would be my worst year yet. I've never had a losing NBA year, and I've only had one NFL losing year. So I'm ready to get after that stuff. A lot of one-offs Dell's saying tonight. Yeah, I think you could play that game a little bit, but I think maybe more like a 3-3-2 or something like that, just to get different, because the popular stacks are going to be so popular all the way through that, which the best ones, that being Chicago and LA Dodgers. Maybe the Angels are the Angels and Astros would be the get different plays. I think that's probably fair. Anyway, good luck to everybody tonight. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the kind words, and please give us the thumbs up, the good luck sign, the thumbs up, the good luck sign, the thumbs up sign before you get out of here. And let's make some money tonight, everybody. Good luck.